Hi guys, so today I am doing a tag. When was the last time I did a tag? Super long time ago. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. But I saw Luvs reviews do this and I was like, you know what? I want to do that. So she said that Thompson is the one who came up with this, the Truthful Youtuber Tag. So I will link her video below and also Jen's video because she's the one who inspired this. There are 16 questions. Wow, I didn't think there was that many, so this might take longer than I thought it would. But it's pretty much just like getting down to the nitty gritty. And you guys know that I'm very honest, blatant. Am I using that word wrong? Blunt? Is that a better word? I'm a blunt person, so this isn't going to be too hard for me, I don't think. But we're going to get into it. I'm going to link the questions below too in case you guys are YouTubers and you want to do it. So the first question is, have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, then decided not to review it? Yes. Definitely. There was the video I actually posted about the teeth whitening thing that like was miserable, like it was a nightmare, and I didn't really review it, but I talked about it being a fail. I wasn't going to mention the brand name, but they responded to my email in such a horrible way that I did. And there was another product, I can't remember the name of the brand. This was like back when I first started getting reached out to a couple years ago. There was a brand that wanted to send me a tanning lotion. I don't remember if it was a mousse or gel, something, and it was horrific. Like so bad. First of all, it had glitter in it. Like what? When they reached out to me, I like did all my research like I always do, and it was like, I mean, it was the worst self-tanning. I've had some bad self-tanning experiences, and it wasn't even orange. It was just patchy, like flaked off. Like it flaked off, and it had glitter in it. Like who the heck wants glitter? It was miserable. So I reached out to them and said, listen, this was horrible for me. Like I sent them the photos of how bad it was, and I was like, if you don't want me to do the review, I won't. I don't know if I got a bad batch or if this is like what you normally have. And no one ever reached out to me. Like no one ever responded to my email, so I just tossed it out. Number 2, product you use but don't show or use online. I'm pretty much talking about everything. I mean, I might forget something. I'm trying to like look around. Number 3, product you want but won't buy because you don't support the brand. Oh, probably a lot of products I want to buy but I won't because they aren't cruelty-free. Number 4, do you have any blocked words? No, I thought about it for a while, but pretty much any word that anyone would use could be like, I don't want to block a comment from someone just excited and like is using a curse word or being like yes bitch instead of like calling me a bitch, you know what I mean? So no, I just don't really see the need to. I also don't get that many comments, so Number 5, do you delete comments? If so, why? Yes, definitely. I've been deleting comments since the beginning of my channel, I think. If it's something like a scam, I will delete it. One video I have that people keep leaving comments, it's like a link to something else, and I always delete those. If it's like a YouTuber being like, oh, I did a review on this too, like I'll leave that. But you can tell if it's like spelled incorrectly, and like you can tell if it's like spam or not. I might also delete anything that's rude or negative. It's one thing if someone's like, you know, you didn't do a very good job, or yeah, that foundation looks terrible on you, like things like that. But if someone like actually says something rude, and like you can tell the difference in tone. But yes, I do delete comments for sure. I don't need that shit on my channel. Do you block people? I've blocked probably 5 people in like the 6 years I've been on YouTube. These are people who would leave a comment on every single video being really rude or disgusting. Blocked I think 2 men who are like much older, leaving really disgusting comments, like really gross things. So yeah, I block those people. I don't need your views, you're disgusting. Have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with the brand? No. Why would I lie about anything? The whole point of me wanting to do YouTube was to be honest and like share my opinions and stuff, so I would never do that. I don't even have a relationship with enough brands to care. Number 8, have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it and then changed your mind and didn't let your audience know? Yes. Not like on purpose again. It's not like I changed my mind and like didn't come back because I didn't want you to think I was wrong. I just didn't consider it, I guess. Especially mascaras. I feel like I really like mascaras for like the first 2 weeks and then like they don't work anymore after that. But I don't really feel the need to share that all the time because everything works so differently for everyone. There's definitely some face products, cream contour, bronzer, blush, that I've liked and like they're good products, but they make me break out, and I didn't realize that until after posting a review or mentioning I liked it or not. I don't really feel the need to always mention that because just because it made me break out doesn't mean it's a bad product. It doesn't mean you shouldn't buy it. It might not make you break out. Like I break out from really random things. I don't always feel a need to mention that. Usually in a foundation review, like I'll notice if something broke me out like the next day and I'll put it in at the end of the video. If I change my mind on something, it's not like usually that it was horrible, like it turned my skin green or something crazy. It's just like, oh, I really liked it at first, but now it's kind of just like mediocre, or I found something I liked better, so I just don't really use it anymore, things like that. I would never like intentionally be like, oh, I liked it at first and now I hate it. Like if it was that big of a deal, I'd tell you. I think I did actually. My Revlon hair color, I love that stuff. That's what I've been using for years, like 10, 11 years now, and I love it and I would highly recommend it. But more recently, when I use it for the first time in like 2 years, I got a horrible rash, my ears turned bright red. Maybe they changed the ingredients, or I just haven't been exposed to it in so long that I reacted to it. I used to get really itchy from Garnier hair color, any Garnier product, but Revlon was always fine with me, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. But I mentioned that on my channel because it was like a pretty odd thing. Number 9, influencers you don't trust. I feel like that's so hard because there's some people who I trust and like I watch almost every video of theirs, but you can tell, I can tell when they're being not genuine. Like I can tell when they're coming off or like they're trying to be nice, or things like I feel like you can just tell. Like just because I don't trust one video from someone doesn't mean I don't trust all their videos. There's everyone I watch I pretty much trust for the most part. Some people I just honestly I watch because I like their personality. There's some people I watch because they make me laugh, but like I don't really care what they think. Everyone on YouTube will do a review of like Fenty or something, and everyone has a different opinion, so it's not really a matter of trust, but a matter of if my skin type is like theirs, if what they've mentioned and recommended to me before has worked for me. I can't really name like one person who I just never trust. Like if I didn't trust them and I could tell that right away, I just wouldn't subscribe, and then I wouldn't watch them, I wouldn't even know who they are. So no one really like comes to mind. Influencers you trust the most. Okay, Jen Loves Reviews, I really trust. She's the one who did this video that I saw it and I was like, yes. I really trust her because not only does she try things out and review them, but she looks into the research. Like she really does her research and like looks into ingredients, what's good, what's bad. She really takes every single aspect that you could ever put in a review and talks about it. So I really like that. Not everyone does that. She just comes off so genuine. I follow her on Twitter now too, and I just like her even more. Emily Noel, someone I really trust. And then there's other people. I don't know what it is that I trust. How do I put this? They'll be like, oh, I hate this. Like I don't like it, but it looks really great on them. So I'm like, really? But yeah, those are 2 people who I like will go to. Oh, Samantha Jane is another one. I really like her reviews. You can just tell when people are honest or not. Like maybe it's just me thinking I have like a good judgment, which I don't, obviously, if you saw my dating story video. I feel like on the YouTube, what am I, 60? I feel like when I'm on YouTube I can just tell if I trust someone or not from a vibe. I know it's just through the camera, but I feel like you guys who watch me regularly, you know you can trust me. Yeah, does that make sense? Number 11, secret tips or product application you don't show while on camera. I don't think it's like secret. I know that I feel like I've said this before. Maybe I cut it out of a video because I thought it was boring, but I have really dry under eyes. When I apply concealer there, what I do is I actually take my Mario Badescu spray it in the palm of my hand, take my finger and dab it in there and like kind of soak my under eye with it before I apply concealer to give it like a really moisturized feel. But yeah, I don't think I have like anything special and secret. I do. That's not even really a secret. I just don't think most of you have dry under eyes like I do. So number 12, have you ever showed one product but were actually using another? No. Why would I do that? I guess like you would do that if you were like working with a brand. I feel like I have seen people do that when they're like, what was it, the first Maybelline palette that came out, whatever it was, you can tell that that was a shit palette, and I know for a fact people were using like the Naked palette and dupes of like high-end dupes of it when they were doing videos. You could tell. You can just tell. Have you ever not disclosed sponsorship? No, that's illegal. I'm sure I've forgotten to do it in like a video, like speaking to the camera, and then I put it in the description box, but I'm still disclosing it. Have you ever had a bad interaction with a brand? Yes. That whole teeth whitening thing. I mean, even recently I had someone reach out to me and I was like, oh, can we send you this to review? Most of the time when I decline, when they want to send me something, they understand. They're like, oh, thank you so much for your response. But recently I told a brand, no, I appreciate you reaching out, but I don't use that product that you're trying to send to me, so I'm gonna have to decline. And they're like, oh, what about this product? And I was like, yeah, I don't use that either, sorry. And they're like, fine. Like, what the heck? Like, calm down. Maybe you should watch my channel before asking me to review your product and you would know. 15, have you ever bandwagoned with other people's thoughts on a particular product? I guess that means like, has everyone loved something and you just wanted to love it to like fit in? I don't think so. I definitely want to like things. Like when someone does a review on something and I'm like, ooh, that looks good, I'm gonna get it. And you buy it and then you don't like it, I'm like, oh, darn it. Like you try to make it work. I think there was, I can't remember what it was. Oh, you know what it was? The NARS Creamy Concealer. Everyone loved that. Like that was going around maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So I got a mini of it. Why wouldn't I like it? It looks just like the Maybelline Fit Me. It's pretty basic, right? So I got it and I tried it and I hated it. I don't know how people loved it. I literally hated it so much. It looked so obvious on my skin. It was dry. It was just miserable. And I kept trying to make it work. Like I would use it with different foundations and primers and, you know, I would use it with my finger or a blender. Nothing worked. So like I wasn't really trying to get on the bandwagon. I just like, everyone raved about it, so I assumed I'd like it and I didn't. And I'm sure there's things I've tried harder to like because a lot of people like it, you know what I mean? Like I feel like people rave about something and I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna like it, but I don't, and I'm not gonna lie about it. Things other creators do that get on your nerves. Oh, you ready? Buckle up. This is gonna be a video. One thing that's been bothering me, and I don't know how to really put this, a lot of influencers, and it's not just beauty, it's, you know, anyone who's on YouTube. I feel like they really steer clear of politics, and right now I don't think that's an option we have. It's not a privilege that anyone has right now. I know certain YouTubers who openly talk about it on their channel and on Twitter. Velvet Ghost, Grace Helbig. It's not that they make it a focus, but they mention their stance, and it's not like I want them to do that so that they can influence other people into their beliefs, but just to educate people and to think just because you come to me for beauty doesn't mean I don't have another side, things I care about that are super, super, super important. And just to bring up that topic, like when you have that platform, if you don't do it justice and use it for all the important things, it's kind of a waste in my opinion. And there's plenty of YouTubers who I think should talk more about important topics, and I know you go to them for beauty and this and that, but at the same time, like there's certain people who really should talk about that more, and they really like beat around the bush around it, and I don't like that. Like just come out and say like what you feel, you know? And you can tell when there's certain people who don't say anything because they think people are gonna hate on them. That's the risk you're taking though, to stand up for what you believe in. So that's something that I feel very strongly about. Oh, those new preview things, I don't like them. And it's not like I'm mad at the YouTubers who are doing it, like I get they're just trying it out. There's this new thing, I don't know if you've seen it yet, where you can post a preview of your video. The thumbnail will go up and it'll be like, oh, this video is going up at noon. I don't like it. Like I see it on my subscriptions and I'm like, ooh, I want to watch that. And it's like, oh, it'll go up in 3 hours. I'm like, what the heck? I already know your schedule. I know you post every day at 1 o'clock or whatever the heck. Like, I don't need to see the preview. Like, that's so dumb. And it's not even like it's 3 days ahead of the time. Like, it'd be one thing if Shane Dawson, when he has his series going on, like if he did that like 2 days, this is the thumbnail for my video. But when I'm seeing beauty YouTubers being like, today's video of my review of this foundation is going up in 3 hours, like, put it on Twitter. I don't need to see that on my subscription. It's annoying to me. This is one thing that drives me nuts. It's not about beauty, but food. When people do videos where they bake something, where they make something, and they don't show their reaction to eating it. I don't watch that many cooking people on YouTube, but if you're spending 5 minutes in a video making something, you have to taste it so we can see your genuine reaction to what it tastes like. That's the whole point. I think that's all I can think of right now. But if you liked this Truthful YouTuber Tag, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more from me. Do this video if you have a YouTube channel and leave the link below or send it to me on Twitter or something. And I think that's it. Make sure you go check out Jen Luvs reviews. She's one of my favorites. I'll see you guys next time.